Hello viewers, I'm Ron Grant coming to you live and direct from Tortola in the beautiful British Virgin Islands. Thank you so much for tuning in. You're watching 284 Media. The District 1 Committee will be hosting a Mingle and Candlelight Vigil on Saturday, June 4th, 2022 at 7 p.m. at the Capoons Bay Field. Now, of course, District 1 residents say since 2017, they have gone through quite a bit, of course, with the loss of loved ones, the hurricanes, and of course, the pandemic. We are today joined by District 1 resident, Mr. Pete Smith, who is one of the organizers. He's going to break down this magnificent event. After a quick commercial break, we'll be right back.
Yo, everything good there?
Aye. This thing got me one way, daddy.
What you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What you really? Hey, this thing like you know.
Dad, this thing got me staying home. Keeping out that trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into well. You know I hustle. I watching ball. I been watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hook, I tell you.
Viewers, welcome back and thank you so much for sticking with us. Mr. Smith, welcome to 284 Media and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Ron. Glad to be here.
Pleasure is all mine. Now, I want to begin, of course, by the objective of this event. Of course, it's a magnificent one, to be honest with you, a family-friendly event. But before we get into the objective and, of course, what the event will bring to the residents of District 1, how are the residents of District 1 doing?
Well, I think the residents of the district are, with the news that's going around, have been covering a range of emotions from sad to anger to disbelief and all these other things. But I tend to look at things as, the glass being half full and the glass being half empty. If we go back to 2017 and when Hurricane Irma was just finishing, I think everybody quickly realized what was truly important. We'd lost cars and we'd lost homes, but the most important thing was still there. We had our lives. And I think everybody, with all that's going on recently, has still gotten up the next morning and took a shower and brushed their teeth and put their clothes on and had some breakfast and went to work and still had to pay their bills. And we should be grateful that we still have the ability to get up and move on. I think every time there's adversity, there's also the seed for opportunity. And that's what we saw as we got together and spoke about, what can we do, is this opportunity for us to bring the community together and let's look at how we can move forward.
Good. So in light of moving on, tell us about this event that's scheduled for Saturday, June 4th at 7 p.m., a Mingle and Candlelight Vigil. What's the objective?
The objective with the Mingle is to bring people together. That's what mingling is. Once we bring people together, the opportunity then is there to be able to express new ideas and ways forward in terms of what can we do as a district. The district runs from all the way in the towers, down to Frenchman's Key, West End, Freshwater Pond, Zion Hill, Capoons Bay, Apple Bay, Long Bay, Smuggler's Cove, right over to Carrot Bay. And each part of the district has its own dynamics. And so we brought persons from across the district together and say, let's bring the community together. Because, right after the hurricanes, that's the first thing, one of the first things that we did. We got together as a community to figure out, okay, what do we need and how can we move from where we are? And whatever happens, whether it's a hurricane, the pandemic, or whatever, the point is we can choose to look at the bad side and grumble and complain, or we can say, how can we move things forward? How can we make things better? That's one of the reasons why this event is being put on. And of course, if we create a fun, rejuvenating, exciting experience for people, it helps to lift everyone's spirits. And it takes 43 muscles to frown, only 17 to smile. And So we want to make sure that people are able to move forward in a positive way, and that's why some of the things that are involved in the event are put in place to create that environment.
Well said. I could not agree with you more. I want to talk about the lineup of events, entertainment, as well as your speakers.
Okay, so we have Dr. Albert Tompkins, who's going to talk on mental wellness and mental health and wellness. And also we have a youth from in Carrot Bay, Devani Dawson, who's going to also be speaking and encouraging the young people, you know, in light of all that's been happening recently, encourage us to look at how we can move forward and make life better. Entertainment is going to be provided by Zion Songs, which is a group based out of the Zion Hill Methodist Church. We're also going to have the cream of the crop, which is the senior citizens. You know, they've been doing a lot of things. They're always busy. You know, so Olympia Donovan has them all over the place. So they're going to be there as well. And entertainment is also going to be provided by DJ Fireblaze. So that's a young person there in the district. And for the kids, we have face painting, we have the Bouncy Castle, we have the Lucky Dip. And we also want to go back to some of those old games that the adults grew up playing. You know, we're going to have tug of war, we're going to have musical chairs for the adults, we're going to have on the bank in the river. All these things are fun and they create excitement and lift people's spirits. And that's the objective of the event. We're also going to have a candlelight vigil. And as persons coming, they would then have the opportunity to sign the memorial board that's going to be posted, so they can write the names of the persons that we have lost from 2017 up until present. And you know, we you know, thankfully, when the hurricanes passed, we lost little lives in the first district, but when the pandemic hit, we did have quite a few losses, and there are instances where persons would have gone overseas and come back and met a completely different landscape in terms of who was still around. We want to remember those and honor those persons at this event, and use that as an opportunity also for us to be grateful, you know, that we are still here, and we are still, as one person put it, on the wake up list, you know. So that's what we're trying to be doing. That's the lineup for the night. We're inviting all districts, all residents of the first district, everybody. We're inviting everybody to come out. You know, mark June 4th, 7 p.m. That's a Saturday. The Monday after that is a holiday, so you have a long weekend. We're inviting everybody to come out and be a part of it. And if you're listening to this and you're not in the first district, yes, you can attend. But you probably do know a few people in the first district, in District 1. So please give them a call, send them a WhatsApp, encourage them to attend the event. This is their event. And if we can help people to be in a better space mentally, physically, spiritually, then I think we would have achieved our objective.
I want to say kudos to the District 1 committee for even thinking of such an event. I want to go back to mental health and mental wellness. You spoke that Dr. Tompkins will be, of course, speaking to that. And I'm also excited to hear of young Mr. Dawson, who is also going to be speaking from his perspective. But Mr. Smith, how important is it for communities to come together? We've often heard that it takes a village to raise a child, but it also takes a village to support adults and grown people. How important is it for a community of such? And I think it serves essentially as an example for other communities within the BVI to come together and tackle the issue of mental health and mental wellness. How important is that in saving lives, essentially?
It's extremely important. It's extremely important to that. You know, one of the things I remember from the hurricane is looking out my bathroom window and realizing I could see straight through the trees because there were no leaves left behind, and I could see houses I've never seen before. And you know, the disaster took away all the leaves and allowed us to see things clearly throughout the village. I could sit from my house and look straight up Carrot Bay. And I think sometimes when we have adversity, it allows us to see things more clearly. It allows us to really hone in on what's important. Mental health and the welfare of everybody in the community is not just for everybody to stay in their corner. I think you know, we need to come together. A lot of times people are going through stuff and they think it's only them that's having this one situation or this one issue, until you go out and you talk with people and realize, you know, there's other persons who are sharing those same concerns. There are other persons who feel that same way that you do. And sometimes, you know, when we remove the leaves, you know, figuratively speaking, we're able to see where the pains are, where the hurts are, where people need helping out. And even just on a regular day-to-day basis, if we're looking out for persons in our community. One of the things that I do right where I live is when I clean up down by the roadside in front of me, I don't just clean up in front of me, I clean up the house before me and the house after me. Because it makes no sense for my yard to look good when there's others who might have junk around them. If we adopt just that mentality in terms of looking out for the people who are around us, and they look out for the persons who are around them, then we have a chain and connectivity throughout the district where people are helping out one another. One of the things that we are thinking about doing coming out of this is also possibly setting up a District 1 Facebook page. Just like how the BVI Community Board is set up, so that persons who may need help, need to talk to somebody, maybe you have old furniture you want to give away, don't want to toss it out, but to create that platform where we can connect with one another. And through connecting, then we can then be able to help one another and meet each other's needs. Being our brother's keeper, it's almost cliche these days, but we really have to make it something that is definite and practical and working within our community so that we can each help one another to move forward.
Well said. Essentially connecting and changing lives. Mr. Smith, I want to take this opportunity to thank you for coming to our studios and sharing, of course, about this event, which is going to be held on Saturday, June 4th, 2022 at 7 p.m. at the Capoons Bay Field. A lot going on, but the community of District 1 is taking time out to come together and connect and have a fun and enjoyable time. I wish you and your fellow residents all the best. Thank you so much for coming to our studios.
Thank you for having us.
Viewers, that's all the time we have. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.